Hello again, everybody, and welcome to CTN Sports Game of the Week. I'm Nick Wisniewski along with Kevin, the Mayor Bryant. We are in the middle of the Eagles' Nest. Friday night lights coming up for you, Kevin. What are we looking for here with the Eagles taking on Bedford?
Our first football game of 2024. Can you tell I'm a little excited? Got the marching band coming in behind us in the background. And we're here at the Eagles' Nest, Nick. And we haven't started a season here in a while. And we get a chance to see the Bedford Kicking Mules for the very first time on CTN Sports. So, I mean, you can tell I'm a little amped up for this game. Let's start off with the home team. You talked to, the head coach over here at Skyline. What did he have to say about the squad? And then I'll tell you what I found out about the Kicking Mules.
Well, Coach Smith has a lot of good things to say about the squad. This is his third season at Skyline now. He says that the program is trending upwards how he wants it. He's really happy with that offensive line, and he's really happy with his run game, and that's probably where they're going to stick with it.
Well, coming out from the Kicking Mule side, you're going to see, first off, something that I know you like, two quarterbacks. You got number 12 and number 7. Both of them can run the ball. And when you think about the Kicking Mules, they dropped last week's game to Canton, but that's a perennial playoff squad. They're ready to come on the road and open their SEC Red, contest for the year.
Big SEC Red matchup coming up. Kickoff against the Kicking Mules coming right up. As advertised, folks, here we are with the first football game of the fall season, 2024 CTN Sports Game of the Week. Kicking Mules taking on the Skyline Eagles. Eagles will be kicking away here to start things off. Eagles in those dark blues moving left to right, and the Bedford Kicking Mules in those classic two-tone, just red and white unis out there. Old school, Kevin.
Love it. Landis Lewis, old school as well, booting that one right through the end zone for the home Eagles.
And as we saw in the graphic coming up, Eagles 1-0, Kicking Mules 0-1. Like we talked about a little bit coming into this one, though, playing Canton last week, Kicking Mules had a tall task ahead of them, but still only came away losing by 4, whereas the Eagles put together a really nice game and asserted themselves on the ground. It was a big win for the Eagles in that regard. I think we're going to see a lot of ground and pound on both sides of the ball here tonight. There you can see right away that wing formation out there for the Eagles. Or I'm sorry, for the Kicking Mules. I'm just going to say Kicking Mules a lot. It's fun.
It's a nice way to say. It's a great nickname, actually.
Oh, it's up there. It's definitely top 5.
Eagles come out here in a 5-2 defense, and linebacker looks like he's about to blitz right through. He does.
Handoff goes outside. I believe that's Blake Rickner there, if I'm not mistaken.
And that was Hines, the linebacker for the Eagles, number 2, right up into the basically backfield. And he went right through the guard center gap there and just made a stop. No gain on the play. Well, 1 yard gain on the play.
Bedford man in motion, quick handoff snap there. Gets to the outside, number 30 for the Kicking Mules. I believe that's Braylon Gilsdorf.
Just a lead option out of the Kicking Mules that time. Good gain on the it looked like about a 5-yard gain, bringing up a 3rd and short.
Kicking Mules go huddle like that too. Again, stays with the old school mentality. Everybody gets, in theory, on the same page. You're going to really cut down on miscues when you're going into the huddle like that.
Yeah, nobody's stealing your sign. Great
Run
read.
pass option there, sends that one up, hits the dirt though, and I believe the Eagles are saying that they've got it.
They do.
They do.
As I was saying, that was a good read there by the quarterback, number 7, Herman Isaac. Then he makes up a huge mistake. He should have kept hold of that ball as opposed to trying to attempt this pitch. Let's take a quick look at it. So out of the option, 3rd and 3, so you don't need a lot here. I'm thinking that right here, you hold on to the ball, because that was a weak pitch, and it didn't even look like the running back had an opportunity to get on the outside.
No, I mean, I can say from start to finish, though, the Eagles seem to have that sniffed out. They had that first run option, pulled it inside wisely. He was tackled almost immediately, and now the Eagles come out.
It looks like that's Silkworth.
Noah Silkworth, number 11. That's
you know why he's giving his pads. His pads aren't pulled down over the knees. That's one of the things I asked the officials before the game. What are they looking at as far as they're going to police extra this year to get out of the game? And it's these guys that aren't tucking their shirts in, the guys that are trying to have on a little bit of extra stuff.
We'll get back to that there in a second. Quick inside handoff there, number 2 to Vadian Hines. Hines picks up a couple. Folks, I'm here to tell you that if you think that that's nonsense, everything that Kevin's saying about talking to the officials about those such things before the game, I'm here to tell you that is not true. Or it is true. Everything he just said. He was talking to those guys down there, and they had a really nice conversation about just some of the minuscule things, seemingly minuscule things, going into a game like this. And everybody was very professional, and the conversation was great. Once again, handoff to the right. I believe that's is that Tracy Lincoln, number 1. Tracy Lincoln, one of the few seniors on this team. Lincoln's been around on the squad for 4 seasons. Indispensable defensively in middle linebacker, and he's going to get some touches on the offensive side today as well.
Quarterback Noah Shear, junior quarterback, leading the Eagles now, facing his 3rd and 6.
And I don't know if you remember last year, Kevin, we watched some of these Eagles games, and we looked at that offensive line, and they were so young, and they made so many mistakes. But now they've transitioned from, oh, those guys were so young, they had so many problems, to, hey, they're experienced now. They've been working together, and now they're going to be veteran players. And a veteran move to get around, but Noah Shear cannot avoid all of that pressure. He's sacked in the backfield down by the 30-yard line. 4th and 7 now coming up.
I'm not going to call that an announcer's jinx, but right on the spot comes the Kicking Mules. And that's Bryce, number 44, coming in and finishing off the play. And it just was nowhere to go for Shearer. He looked downfield, and I would think that was more of a coverage sack.
Yeah, Senyo finished that one, and you're right. I think that's a great call. This one looks like it's going to be kicked. Long kick, out-centered, and
49 just short.
Oh, no good. Just shy, say the officials down there. But that one got up and under. That is a long boot for a high school kick right there.
A 49-yard try, and it looked like he just got a little fat on that one because he did kick it well, and he put it on a good line as well, too. Wind is blowing from our west to the east, so he had it on that right goalpost that could have blown in a little to the left.
Still an amazing effort by the young kicker there, and to have that weapon in your toolbox is huge for a high school coach.
Yeah, for Coach Smith, that's a good confidence in the kicker as well.
Another RPO option there by the Kicking Mules. That one sent out just to the right outside, gets just to the 22-yard line.
Another just scary options toss there by the quarterback. I mean, Herman is dealing with fire after dropping the one before that one. He had a person hanging on him when he flipped the option pitch to the right.
Bedford back into that pistol formation. Man in motion behind Henman. Gets it to number 2, but tackled behind or at the line of scrimmage right there. And these Eagles have done a great job of either scouting the way that these plays are coming or just getting in there quickly. But these linebackers, these defensive linemen look really good right now for the Eagles.
Watch Heyman right here. He's the tackle. He'll take on his defensive man, scrape right down the line. Great angle to just meet the running back right as he's crossing the goal. Line of scrimmage.
Yep, Heyman right there, Reese Heyman with the tackle. Henman back again, back to the option to throw there. Sends it well over his dude, looking for Jacob Spoonmore there.
I think Spoonmore was open on that pass. It looks like just a little bit more time on that, and it might have been a completion. And this is the way I like to see a QB roll to his right. Easy throw. He's got the momentum behind him. That ball just floated a little, and it even looked like 14 was open up the field a little further.
And he had the time rolling right. He had a lead blocker, that fullback there. He had a lead, nice job out in front of him as well. But yeah, just couldn't quite hit his man on the line.
I was at a patriotic spot of a flag. I don't know. We had President Biden in town today, causing traffic fiascos for everyone.
Punt away there by the kicking mules. The Eagles steps up after seemingly they were just going to let that one go. Tries for a tricky, heady move, but still got brought down at the 49.
Yeah, that was a scary play there by Hill. I mean, Donovan Hill, you can hear everyone screaming poison, poison, and watch him come up out of nowhere. I mean, this is just great confidence in yourself. He scooped that up like a shortstop and just kept going. Nowhere really to go with it, but he put that in the mind of the kicking mules on the next time as well.
Well, he thought he had a little bit of an opening, but it was Lucas Gerber that came up at the tackle. Skyline back on the attack. It's Tracy Lincoln again. Lincoln, just a big kid, comes out around that line and gets up to the 45-yard line. Lincoln, big, strong, and a quick first step.
Man, this is throwback football. A lot of running the ball on first and second down, a lead blocker out of the backfield. That's the way I grew up in football like this.
Yeah, having that lead blocker is just something you see so much less and less of, or having that fullback, really. Anymore, that position has really been taken out of the game, even in the high school ranks. So to see both of these teams going back to it is really something. Lincoln again gets the touch. That time dragged down behind the line of scrimmage. I believe that's 14. Lucas Gerber again. Gerber seems to be just a ball hawk out there for the kicking mules.
And for Bedford, they're really improved on their tackling from that last week's game where they were down by 21 points in the second quarter against Canton. You can see they've improved all of that week long as far as those tackling drills are concerned.
Well, and Canton is a tough team to come back from because they run the ball if they're up by 20 or down by 20.
Doesn't matter.
You know that they're going to be on the ground and run the clock. So getting the opportunities against that team just to get it close is huge. Big pass coming up, kind of a wobbly duck, but goes up, and Silkworth, I believe, tried to get up there and grab that one. And we've got some laundry down at about the 46-yard line.
Yeah, and that's right where Silkworth was releasing, so I wonder if there was a little bit of defensive hold on him as he was trying to get upfield.
You can see Silkworth made that move, had to turn around and look for it. He's got a lot of size. Yep.
Yeah, there's not enough players on the line of scrimmage there. It's a legal formation.
That's Caden Merritt is the defensive back there.
This is incredible. I love Skyline when they mic up the officials because I don't have to guess what the official was.
And that call was against Skyline, so we're going to look at 4th and 8 now from the 48. Don't think they're kicking any field goals on this one.
No, but that pass from Shearer, love the idea, but you know, Silkworth has got to give him a better angle, because if he's going up the numbers as opposed to the outside of the numbers, a little bit better angle to toss that ball in.
Yeah, and sure, had what you want going for him. He got a chance to move up in the pocket, got that momentum going. He just didn't quite have the correct hand motion to get that one out there. It was a floaty duck, if you will, going out there. Punt away. The Bedford player calls that one and gets moving. Makes a couple of men miss. He's going to look to the outside before he is handily brought down by Donovan Hill, I believe.
Yeah.
And you know, here's the first thing I'll say about Skyline so far, real early on. Well, let's take a look at the replay first.
Yeah, and on this kick here is an end-over-end kick, and both of these punt returners they're dangerous. They're coming up in the field in these balls when that should have been a fair catch.
Yeah, the fact that he took that was a little bit surprising, but I mean, he made something out of it. He got himself a solid 12, 15 yards out of it. But here's the thing I'm noticing about the Eagles right here, right now, in comparison with last year or the year previously. Their tackling is spot on right now. They are making good, fundamental tackles, whether it's at or behind the line of scrimmage like that, whether it's open field. They're playing a really solid, fundamental form of football on the defensive end, and that is something that's been greatly lacking from the Eagles in years past.
And it's kind of like you've had a coaching staff that's been here for 3 or 4 years, and now they've implemented their coaching style. It's rubbed off. These are players that were freshmen when this coaching staff first took over, so they've really absorbed all of that coaching over the years, and like you're saying, Nick, it's coming to fruition right now.
2nd and 10 now for Bedford. That one comes right in. Another heady play by that Bedford quarterback. I believe, again, that was Henman. He kept after the RPO, got himself a few yards, but was body slammed into the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I would take a look at his shoulder, because Tracy Lincoln, I mean, this is out of WWE style right here. As he comes through the line of scrimmage, he gets jammed, and I don't even know if that's on his neck or if it's his shoulder, but the quarterback got up a little bit, you know, a little bit limpy, and it looks like he's shaking that right arm a little as well.
Yeah, Lincoln gave him the old belly-to-belly suplex there. Henman there fakes that one left, rolls right, leads his man just a little bit too much. That's what we've seen from Henman. Henman's made some really nice, wise plays with the RPO, keeping the ball when he needs to, but throwing the ball on the run, he's had some issues.
Well, and take a look here. You can see, I wonder if he did not follow through on that ball. You can see a little bit of a flailing action on that rollout. If he follows through on that ball, it looks like that's an easy completion, and maybe a first down as well for Bedford.
Yeah, that's definitely something to think about, and that all comes back to a big hit from Tracy Lincoln previous play. 4th and 6 now from the 39, and it looks like Bedford's going to be kicking away here. Max protect from the Eagles, and that hit somebody in the back. I'm not sure where that one's going to come out, but that hit an Eagle who was back to the play.
Oh, that's going to have to go back to the Kicking Mules, because it went off the back of one of the Eagles' helmets, right?
Helmet or neck guard. I mean, it sure seemed like it got him square and thudded off of him, but was it Bedford that came up with that? Thankfully, we've got replay. It might have hit Bedford first. It might have hit
Bedford and it went down there.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be slow, or it's going to be tough. But that may have gotten number 4 before it hit.
Ooh, right on the back of our arm there.
Joshua Partial.
Good job, cameraman.
Great job, camera guys. Great job on the replay in there, and solid job by the officials to see that and recognize that.
But second punt in a row that Skyline has to clean up the fielding of the ball. That's poison all day.
Yeah, that first time those guys didn't get farther enough away, and that time, again, having your back to the play is real problematic. That's a handoff there to Hines. Hines rumbling, bumbling, as they say, made a couple of people miss before it got back to the right. Here, we'll see that one more time, and from that angle, you can really clearly see that comes off number 4 first. There's no doubt in my mind that hit Joshua Parson first right there.
Still, even in hindsight, you do not want to be around the ball if you're an Eagle, and I'm sure the coaching staff is down on the sidelines talking to them right now about that punt coverage team down there, because they're on the sidelines talking.
Yeah, the awareness absolutely must be there. Yeah, they were max protect, and there was clearly a man blocking up there, but.
So there's another stoppage from the quarterback, having something that the officials didn't want to see out there.
Well, and sure, he's been out there several times. I don't know what the problem is. Handoff right up the middle now. Hines makes a few men miss, and once that kid gets going, it's going to be real tough to bring him down. He gets all the way down to the 30. Datavian Hines, big run for the Eagles, and they've got something cooking.
32 yards up the middle, and that's just great blocking from the guard and center, because he's not touched until one of the safeties gets a hold of him after he's 20 yards down the field.
That's number 9 on the tackle, Keegan Dixon. It took everything that kid had to bring Hines down. He surely was.
Hines is another one that they're going to have to slow down. He's got so much gear on. He's tucking in his shirt. He's got on extra gloves.
Lincoln Riley again picks up another 3-4 yards. And, talking to Coach Smith this week, he is more than happy to just run the ball, get 3-4 yards every time. He says if they get 4th and short, they're taking it.
And why not? I mean, the Eagles have been playing with on their own side of the 50 the entire time they've held the ball, and it's just great line play, like you've been mentioning, up front, because these running backs are getting touched downfield.
Senior Tracy Lincoln again. Lincoln gets the handoff, makes a couple of guys miss behind the line of scrimmage. He's moving it forward. He might have got back to the original line of scrimmage.
And this is like you're saying, the Eagles can play like this is first down, really, because they got 2 downs here.
They've got 2 downs, and they've got 2 big backs that they can go to either one to try to get 3 yards here in the next 2 downs, if that's the decision they choose to make, which honestly, why wouldn't you?
Well, why wouldn't you? But you do have a good kicker. I mean, and you got the wind going with you with only 1:50 left on the clock here in the first quarter.
Sure, now in the shotgun, Hines to his right, Lincoln far behind him. Hands that one to Hines. Hines makes a move to the right and gets maybe a yard there, I'd say. So if you're looking at 4th and 2 to go.
Brought down by a host of mules.
And you can hear it on the sideline. Looks like they're going to opt for the field goal as opposed to going for that 1 yard.
Or could we have our first fake of the season?
Man, on the 24-yard line, I'd want to go for it right here.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. But also, if you're the Eagles right now, you just want to get up, get some points on the board, feel good about yourself. 1:02 to go here in this first quarter. This quarter is flying by. They just want to get some points on the board, which is completely understandable. That kick up, and Landis Lewis knocks that one through for a 3-point lead.
41-yarder.
41-yarder. That is a rarity in high school football. And again, Johan Landis Lewis, that is just something in your back pocket that you love to have, because you never know how things are going to come down late in the game.
Huron a couple of years ago, they had Samaha, who was kicking now, or he's on the roster for the University of Michigan. So we've had some very good kickers come out of this area. It looks like we have another one right here in Landis Lewis. And that having a kicking game like that, Nick, kind of goes hand in hand with that running game as well too. You're leaning on your defense, and you're putting the pressure on the other squad.
Landis Lewis, big foot getting that one in. Muffs it a little bit, stays with it and brings it down, heads right into his blockers. Off of one dude, bounces away, gets another 5-6 yards for his effort. That was quite the return.
Yeah, I want to say that we should give the tackle to Coleman Starr, because Coleman Starr, number 16, He really laid the wood on his own player. Well, he was in the way.
First down, Mules.
Now 43 seconds to go here in this first quarter.
This is running by. Is this a running clock?
I mean, when almost every play is on the ground, this is what we're probably in for. Curious Bedford. I mean, Bedford only down by 3. I doubt they're going to go away from their run game. The first option consistently has been solid about pulling that ball in or just letting the initial running back grab it. There we go. That hands it off left side off tackle number 32, or excuse me, 30 if I'm not mistaken. Braylon Gilsdorf for the run. Picks up 3 for the Kicking Mules.
And look at Chase Norby, number 76. He opens that hole up. And those are bookend tackles when you look out there for Bedford. 76 and 70. Those are some hog mollies.
Second down, Mules.
2nd and 5 now. Henman from the pistol hands that one straight away. No sort of RPO going on there. Gilsdorf again outside, and he's going to get the first down there.
And that was Hudson Hims on the other side. And so both tackles showing what they can do on consecutive plays.
And that will do it for this first quarter as you see the Kicking Mules heading off to talk to their coach. But man, this first quarter flew by, Kevin. There you can see Eagles heading off to see their coach.
Look at Coach Smith. He's happy out there.
He's stoked, and I'm stoked that that's what we got out of this first quarter. 3 more great quarters coming up. Stick around on CTN Sports Game of the Week.
Fans, let's take this opportunity to thank our
I'm Dana Denha.
And I'm Melissa Bondi, co-host of Adventures in Parenthood, where we take a ride on the roller coaster that we call parenting.
Tune in to CTN Channel 16 or visit youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to watch all our episodes.
And keep watching for new guests and topics of all kinds related to raising our next generation.
Tune in to FYI to watch in-depth interviews on topics that matter to you. Check out youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor for an archive of episodes.
And here we go. As you can see, first play of the second quarter. Handoff right. Flags on the ground after that run by Gilsdorf. Gilsdorf has some really nice luck here this last few runs. Shouldn't call it luck. He's had some strong runs here these last few plays.
There's a block in the back.
It's a hot mic. Got a hot mic down there on the field. But as you mentioned earlier, it is really convenient to have a referee out there explaining the calls, maybe even telling you who was at fault. That goes a long way for the fans, us. I mean, it's completely selfishly helps us out an awful lot.
Is that going to help us out in water polo?
Sure. Sure.
All of those whistles that we have.
Yeah, I don't think they've even got time for that. You're just gasping for air down there in the pool.
Man, take a look in the middle of that defense for the Eagles. Wamsley, Brandon Wamsley. He is the nose guard. He is pushing the center back towards the quarterback each snap.
There's Gilsdorf one more time, getting out to the left, finding a little bit of open field. Gets to about the 35-yard line, picks up 5.
Watch right in the middle of the play. Look at Wamsley. He's pushing your guys back. That's why you're running on the outside. You're not running in between the guards on the Eagles right now because that is a one-gap player. He's taking, 2 gaps. He's taking both sides of the center.
And we saw that first quarter, the Bedford had such a difficult time getting anything going, and it started with Wamsley. You're exactly right. And now they've had to adjust. They're going to try to go outside and get away from that kid. Henman rolling right, but looks left, stumbles a bit. Now he's got a lot of open room out to his left. He's going out there. He may pick up the first down all by himself. Just short, actually, Henman, before he's dropped out of bounds.
Well, see, that's still good defense on the front side for the Eagles. They definitely cut off the outside of Hinman trying to get on that angle, and good coverage downfield. You just don't want to lose containment on the backside. That's easy to clean up too if you're a coach.
Right, the containment was the thing that came down, but this coach has got to be very happy with coverage downfield and taking away everything from the right like things initially seemed to be there. Henman there to Gilsdorf now, and the kicking mules seem to be moving the ball really nicely. That offensive line for Bedford is clicking and getting their players some open space.
Yeah, Hudson Hims, the right tackle, number 70, he took his man 4 yards deep, and he was on top of the linebackers. Easy pickup for the first down for Bedford.
1st and 10 scrimmage from the 46. Henman looking around, making calls. Another handoff to Gilsdorf. Gilsdorf makes a man miss. He's got to the outside before he's going to be met by Tracy Lincoln.
I was going to say just before the play, Hines gets up so close to the line of scrimmage that if the Bedford gets past that line, they're gone. And you saw that happen.
So you would say that that's some aggressive defensive play call?
Overly aggressive. Overly aggressive. And you can tell we've been talking about the runs are going to be on the outside. Up the middle, you're being stout right now in the middle of that defense. You got to shore up on the outside of that tackle.
Henman now, Gilsdorf behind him, flanked by 2 players to his right. Man in motion. Hands off to Gilsdorf again. Gilsdorf gets to about the 29.
You know, I'm a triple option fan, so watching this style of football, the quarterback is doing a great job because he's involved in every aspect when you're involved in the triple option. You're not only securing the snap, but you're reading every single player, if they're overcommitting or if there's a hole there. And he's doing a good job of, at least after that initial bad pitch, of making good decisions with the ball.
Henman now, there's a pitch offside left tackle, but brought down immediately by the Eagles. The Eagles did a great job of getting in there. 2 men bringing him down.
Oh, that was all Tracy Lincoln right now. We got to see this one again. Watch Tracy Lincoln take on this blocker. He takes on the blocker, gets rid of him, and then he just hunts down the running back. I mean, that was an outstanding job. This is the way you teach it in camps. Watch this. Take on the block. You have outside containment, and then you take on the running back with your outside leverage because you have help on the inside. Great job by Lincoln.
Yeah, Lincoln's one of those players that your coach is going to always be holding up as a model. He's a senior. He's been a part of this team for 4 years. He's got experience. He's a leader, and he's doing things on both sides of the ball for the Eagles right now. Looks like we got timeout by the Eagles.
Timeout, Skyline.
Wait, and it looks like Miller, Parker Miller had exited the game and was getting his elbow looked at for the Eagles. And then there was some confusion of the substitution getting back in. Maybe that's why Coach Smith had to burn this TO.
Right, with 8:43 to go here, not a bad move. It's not ideal, but if it needs to be done, it needs to be done. Much like social media, needs to be done, needs to be done. So check us out on X, Facebook, or YouTube. Check out the YouTube. These games go up quickly. It is really
this is where
impressive.
everybody sees us. They see us on IG all the time. You see all those photos, and you guys are out there posting up. It is amazing. Thank you for all those followers.
Yeah, always the behind-the-scenes shots out there on the Instagram, seeing what our camera guys and gals are up to, seeing what it's like in the truck. It's always fun to see how these broadcasts are put together.
And now this is a big third down, so I mean that timeout could go a long way of really stopping Bedford. Get your right personnel out there if you're Coach Smith, and I do see Miller is back out there. Parker Miller on the wide side.
As usual, loaded backfield for Bedford. Henman there does end up giving it off to Gilsdorf, but he is brought down at the 30-yard line. Eagles continue to play that stout defense.
And Lincoln again on the stop coming in on that play, and Gilsdorf had nowhere to go. Gilsdorf actually now has to leave the field because he lost his lid.
Lost his head. No head. Head got ripped off.
And now this is where the difference between having a kicker and not having a kicker on your squad, because the Eagles sent in, let's get our 3. Bedford, they're going for it.
Eagle faithful making plenty of noise up in the stands here on this Friday night. Henman fake pitch, but he's going to turn and look into a bunch of Eagles before being dropped back at about the line of scrimmage.
He's going to be about a half-yard short if I'm going by the linesman at the bottom of the field. His knee hit, and then he kind of skipped forward, and he tried to stretch the ball out. But that was a great job, again, by the coverage. If we see that play again on the top side, there is nobody open, and he's trying to throw a swing pass to number 30 out of the backfield. He's covered up, and he just decides to tuck and run, and not patient with it is Herman. And you can see really on this play here, no one is open. Look at that coverage. Great coverage downfield.
Great coverage downfield and great coverage by those middle linebackers as well, looking for those running backs coming out of the backfield and looking for those tight ends on those short passes. Just all around the defense getting the job done for the Eagles, and they are rewarded with a 1st and 10 down in their own zone. 7:36 to play here in the second quarter.
Boy, that was a hot snap. It was a hot snap. I think the Eagles may have lost that ball.
Yeah, that ball went up into the face mask area, bounced away almost immediately from Tracy Lincoln. Fumble Ruski and Bedford just right there.
Sure gets this ball so fast. Watch this. How fast it comes into him. A little bit hot, and he didn't have an opportunity to completely place it into Lincoln's hands there. Lincoln needs to take that ball from the quarterback as well. Don't wait for him to place it there.
Yeah, Tracy Lincoln, while a solid running back, not one of their overall weapons, unless you're asked for it in a game like this. Henman now makes a couple of moves. He's going to pick up more than a couple. Henman getting it done with his legs right now.
You can see Henman. He is exclusively, tucking and running. He is not reading anything once he gets on that outside. Look at that.
Tuck and run, like you said, follows his man Gilsdorf. Gilsdorf sent some nice blocks out in front of him.
This is what I wrote down when I was scouting Henman. Explosive, big play, great wheels. He's showing everything today. And after that, he started with the early mistake. He's cleaned his play up since then.
And 2nd and 1 now, getting awfully close to the goal line. Red zone opportunity here for the Kicking Mules. Man in motion behind him. Henman might go to left, runs into those Eagle defenders. Interesting that he didn't send that one out to his left. He sure had a man down there. What could have happened to it afterwards? Hard to say.
We're not in in the same booth as the coaching staff, so we can overhear maybe that call. But you're right. It didn't look like that was an option. It looked like it was a quarterback run all the way.
And Henman has definitely been in the zone with these QB keepers. He's been less interested in sending that away and trying to make his own thing happen, which is the whole point of these RPOs and these triple options. But it just seemed like he was just focused in on that one direction, and it might have been an opportunity to pitch that one away.
Oh, that might have been a false start. This might push him back. This is great for the Eagles.
A little bit of motion up front there for Bedford.
Oh, wow. No. Offsides?
That is what neutral zone infraction. So they just lined up, seemingly.
Back in the day, I love starting sentences like this, but back in the day, that's a free play. That's not a stoppage of the whistle. I mean, they lined up all sides. That's their bad. If I'm the offense, I'm screaming mad about this.
Right, that's an opportunity for them to maybe get a few yards, and if they don't, that's okay. Like you said, free play. Nonetheless, 1st and goal from the 1. Henman keeps it, and he may have run into a couple of Eagles, and I do not believe he got in there.
I don't think he got an inch. I mean, that's that's running right into the thick of the defense for the Eagles, and they just fall backwards. Eagles are big this year.
Yeah, they've got some big kids on that defensive line, starting with Wembley, like you pointed out.
Well, this is definitely 4 down territory, so I expect run.
Right you are. Henman there sends that one off to the right. 14 bowls a man over.
I think that was Joseph Green that got a ride for the touchdown.
And Lucas Gerber there gets the score for Temperance.
Man, Gerber earned that one. And let's just take a quick look at this. You can see Joe Green come up. No, not Mean Joe. But coming backwards, so many lines on this field, you could barely tell that he was in the end zone, but he was in the end zone by 2 yards. And again, off of a turnover.
And there's the fake trying to get into the end zone, tosses that one in, and that's going to be a 2-point conversion to Trenton Smithson for Temperance. And look, you got the Roman Coliseum out there tonight for Bedford.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You
why
want to
not?
grade it? You can rate that one? I'm going to grade them. I'm going to grade them low.
Low? Really?
I'm
I don't
grade 'em
know. They're going strong.
Because is that for the Olympics?
Sure.
I mean,
I don't think
I'm
so,
trying
but
to
maybe.
pull the Greek theme here.
I mean, I can personally say that I don't think anymore I could like fold my own toga. So I'll give them props to that if they've got the toga.
Togas are
situation
for college.
going on. That's
We're not mixing up this stuff. Remember what the officials said. We're cleaning stuff up.
Keeping
We're
it
keeping
straight.
it
That's
in,
right.
the genres.
Well, not
Yeah.
to be lost in all of the toga situation. Kicking Mules get that 2-point conversion. That was a big play, and I think something that probably caught everybody down on the defensive field off guard. They were just expecting more and more runs, and Gerber turned up, made that catch, and got in there.
That's what all those runs do to you. They just lull you to sleep.
Right, and
your
they don't-
favorite, the fake kickoff.
Oh, boy. Here we go. Here we go. First half. This is going on.
First game. First half of the years. He was offside. Throw a flag.
Ensuing kickoff there. That one hits the end zone, goes out. Eagles start at their 25 here, upcoming. And now it's what are you made of time for the Eagles, right?
Yeah.
Getting that little punch, getting that little shot to your gut. Now it's time to turn around and see what you can come back with. And what are we made of?
We're made of
just
football.
a lot of football.
Woo-wee.
A lot coming up here in the next couple of weeks. September is just jam-packed.
September, Skyline September. I mean, we got football, and a Skyline field hockey match in there. Nice.
If I'm not mistaken, September 9th, that's says Skyline Pioneer Football. I believe that's field hockey, though, as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Could be. And you're not mistaken.
But nonetheless, Game of the Week will be busy. Check your YouTube channels or turn on CTN. You're going to hear a lot of these voices, whether you like it or not.
Good threat.
Davian Hines off tackle right there, brought down right at.
Now, this is where the rubber meets the road. If you're a team that's, you're behind on the clock and your running game isn't giving you the 4 or 5 yards on first down, do you stick with your guns or do you open the playbook up a little bit? Because on both sides, I think the Bedford, I think their team is inching closer and closer to that line of scrimmage to stop this run, Nick.
Yeah, it seems to be that way. Here comes another handoff left. Tracy Lincoln makes the first man miss. Second man brings him down. It's going to take several people to bring down Lincoln. It's going to take several people to bring down Hines. So maybe the theory is going to be, oh, there's Lincoln down on the ground. I wonder, he's kicking his foot. I wonder if that's just a little
I'm
bit
hoping
of
that's just a cramp.
Cramp, exactly.
Yeah, because he's turning around, and you can tell Hines is even jumping into trainer mode there. I love it. Took his helmet off. We got somebody for that.
Yeah, one or two just chuck wagons down there for Tracy Lincoln.
Well, he's been on the field so much. You've said his name so frequently. That's not surprising, Nick.
Yeah, dude isn't coming off the field. I mean, he's middle linebacker. He's in the middle of so many of these plays. Then he's getting tons of handoffs. Just a lot of wear and tear
Big
on that
tackles
young man.
on defense. I mean, and again, this is where you would love Nick Shearer. I mean, Shearer to Noah Shearer. I'm calling him Nick
It's an
Shearer.
N-word. It's an N-name.
To be step up. Let's throw a pass here. Let's throw a safe pass, because we haven't even seen a safe pass out of the Eagles. We've seen a chuck down the field, and that's not a high percentage pass. What about a stop? What about a nice little slant? A swing pass, something to get Shearer and his confidence going, so you can feel confident as a coaching staff of calling his number.
Well, with 3rd and 11 upcoming, you've got to think that something similar to like that is coming up. You're right on, and you're right. You want to build that young man's confidence, something where you can just get somebody cutting across the middle or that swing pass coming out. There's Lincoln stomping that chuck wagon out. But
Get out of
come off
here.
the field here.
I don't need you, Cramp. But that's another thing. You're losing one of your star players, at least for one play, coming to the sideline. So, and we've heard so much about Silkworth. We heard from a soccer coach about how he's a 3-sport star and that he's a 5-star football player. I haven't seen it yet.
Well, he can hoop. We can both attest to that.
Oh, yeah, he's a high flyer in the basketball court.
Semi-play action pass, rolls out, finds Hines. Hines gets to the 23-yard line.
Boy, Silkworth had his man on his hip, and I really wish that we could have seen a long pass here. You're going to see him run out of the screen. He's at the bottom of the screen. You really can't see him on that play. But that was just a throw, like I was just saying, get your confidence going throw. Too bad that was 3rd long.
Well, and to be fair, Shearer had a man in his face right after that play action. Play action only fooled a couple of players up front. So he knew that he had a safe one there, and he got into it. Here we can see the long pass. You can see
and watch
Silkworth
on the bottom of the screen. Watch Silkworth. He's gone. You just leave that up there, and that's 6.
Yeah, I just don't know if Shearer had the time to spin around, plant his feet, and get that one down. I mean, he was a solid 30, 35 yards down the field.
It wasn't
Shearer's
an
got to
easy
take
throw.
his time for that, right?
Wouldn't have been
exactly
an easy throw.
4th and 7 now here for the Eagles. Punt formation, one lone man back for the kicking Mules.
That's a weird kind of drop.
High kick in, taken in about the 48. Makes a couple of men miss, spins through, and now the kicking Mules have got something going here. He's off to the races on the sideline. We've got a couple of flags
You're
down
kidding.
by the 40 and 30
Oh, yeah, that's
yard
coming
line.
back. That's coming back.
The
Illegal block in
Togas
the
are
back.
not going to like this one.
Oh, the Togas are throwing stuff in the air over there. What are they
What do
doing?
they got there? Are they burning things? Is there a new pope? What's happening over there?
I'm not sure.
One of them, they've got crowns and stuff too. I don't care. I like it, right? Like, I mean, just for the last 10, 12 years, like nothing against all the Hawaiian shirts for Pioneer
it's different.
or anything else. Yeah, just give me something different.
Here's again where the Eagles have to do a better job of tackling. You got 2 guys that put hands on him and could not bring the runner down behind, even in their territory. And then now it's just, wow, that was a huge block at the end there. This is going to come back for Bedford.
Keegan Dixon with a really nice job. Great vision, seeing the whole field the whole time, though. I mean, he came down with that. He saw some opportunities up the middle, broke left, made a couple of guys miss, and then got to that sideline, and he took it to the house.
Big
with
drive.
a little bit of help.
Oh, big drive coming up here for the defense for the Eagles. They cannot allow Bedford to get another touchdown, another score before halftime. Eagles do get the ball starting in the second half as well, too.
A beautiful thing to have on your home field. that second half reception. But you're right, they're going to control their destiny here with 3:26 to go in this first half.
And this is where, if I'm the Eagles coaching staff, hot on my safeties, do not jump to the line of scrimmage. We've been seeing the run all day long.
And we continue to see a Gilsdorf up the middle. That's going to be 10, 11 yards. It's definitely a first down.
And that was a jailbreak right up the center. You're not getting touched until he's 8 yards down the field. That's something you can't have for the Eagles.
Well, and the Eagles did have 3-4 guys get into the past the line of scrimmage. They were in that backfield, but Gilsdorf just had that quick step and got through.
And here it comes.
Henman fakes, makes a couple of men miss. He's off to the races now. I'm curious if he ever had any intention of throwing that.
I don't think so.
He pulled back like he was going to throw it, and a couple of guys bit, but they made that fake, and he was gone.
You got 3 guys running a streak, and he didn't take a look at either of them. You got 3 guys, one up the middle on either side, and he had his choice. Look on the top side. Look on the top side. He's got his hand up. I'm open. He's saying, toss me up the ball.
Yeah.
Throw me the rock, homie.
Yeah, I don't think Hedman even considered making that throw. He tossed that fake up there and just got going.
He's calling his number a lot in this first half.
Another defensive penalty, possibly another really costly defensive penalty. Getting 5 yards taken away from them from their own 17-yard line, and not a good look for the Eagles. We've talked about their strong fundamentals. Got a timeout coming out here. So we've talked about the Eagles' strong fundamentals, but now the thing they need to clean up are these penalties in these bad situations. Penalties are going to happen, and you want to clean them up all the time, no matter what. But in these critical spaces, they're just killers right now.
Right now, and these are pre-snap penalties. These are penalties where you're lining up wrong. So that might be a little bit of a fatigue penalty. Even though we're still in the first half, you can't put yourself in that position and hurt your team by putting yourself in a bad position by lining up out of position.
Yeah, that's a really interesting thing to think about. Just the second game for both these teams. It's still early September here. So you wonder if the conditioning isn't in full football shape yet. So some of those defensive players are just mind lapses because of the tiredness. Maybe. All speculation from up here, but seems reasonable enough.
Well, and the Eagles, we've been saying a lot of the same numbers. We haven't gone deep into the depth chart yet as far as the amount of players we see on the sideline and the amount of players on the field. So, yeah, fatigue may be setting in.
All right, 1st and 5 upcoming here for the Kicking Mules. Henman hands Gilsdorf. Gilsdorf past the line of scrimmage, smashes headlong into a couple of those linebackers, but there's a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold on Bedford. Great news for Skyline.
That's a 10-yarder. That's really going to push them back and going to help the Eagles out after that miscue of their own.
Should put them back on the 22. All right, yeah. Math works good in Arbor Public Schools after all these years.
Still going strong. Doesn't matter if you got that phone in your pocket all the time.
Or the calculator.
Still going good, exactly.
Yeah. But that should juice up the energy and excitement of the Eagles sideline. Now you got some yards on your side now. Think pass first, guys.
Now they just need some togas on their sideline. 1st and 15, ball on the 22, as you accurately said. Pass out to number 2, makes a man miss, but great job.
What a tackle. And by who?
Great job by Tracy Lincoln, staying with it, didn't fall for that hip fake, stayed with his man the whole time, clutched that jersey and brought him down. And Lincoln is so much bigger that he can just get a hold and pull down.
What's on Lincoln's gloves? Look at this. He's got the sticky gloves. It's like fly paper. If you run into him, you're not getting away from him.
As Jacob Spoonmore thought he had something big going on, but completely shut down by Tracy Lincoln.
I love how the band could kick in. as they're in the huddle. Make it tough for that opposing team to hear on this side.
Henman now rolls left, has his man cutting out the slant. And doing a great job of moving forward, keeping those legs, kicking forward. Lucas Gerber there. He's a big kid, tough to bring down.
Yeah, well, tough to bring down. Watch this replay. If you can see, he lays the foot out here, and one of the Eagles players goes out of the screen. Boing. I think that was Miller.
Yeah, Parker Miller. He got a little something for his effort there. First and goal from the 4 now. 2:12 to go in this first half. Henman does give that one off to Gilsdorf. Gilsdorf brought down, maybe gets a yard.
Great job there by just filling in and not giving an inch. Hines looks like he's a little bit fatigued getting up a little late there, number 2 for the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, Hines is in that same boat as Tracy Lincoln. I mean, he's been playing both sides of the ball. His number's been called multiple times, both sides of the ball.
This is football right now. This is just time to play football, guys. 2-3 yards away from a score. You can't let him get in, Eagles.
Gerber in motion. Pitch off to him, finds a man out front. He hits the deck. They're going to say he is in, and that is touchdown Kicking Mules. Gerber, that's his second of the night.
I need to see that again. It looked like he was down before he broke that line, and it looked like his right knee, before we even see it, was down. Let's check this out. Coming on the quick toss. Look on his outside leg. When he gets bounced, he comes down, and that's the goal line. He reaches out, but that leg was really close to being down. He reaches out, and it doesn't matter if he fumbles afterwards because he's already broken the plane. But it looked like his knee was kind of on the ground when he stretched out.
Yeah, that's a tough angle. I couldn't entirely see how much he stretched to get it out there. Here you can see one more time. He stumbles. He's going down, that right knee coming down. And it sure seems like maybe that right elbow, that ball may have even crossed before that right knee came down.
Tough angle.
It seems like his legs got pulled up and the ball got pushed forward as he was stretching.
Either way, the penalties on that drive really hurt Skyline. You know, we got that offsides penalty or the holding penalty that backed them up to the 22, but right after that, you have, players not tackling soundly on the outside, and, Bedford is just going to wear on you, and that was what they did on that last drive. They just wore on that defense.
Yeah, between Gilsdorf and then trying to switch things up a little bit, getting the ball to Gerber, and then you've always got Henman to keep track of. They've got weapons down there. And you're right. I think that offensive line is just making some bigger holes. Their skilled players are breaking tackles. So now it's up to the Eagles to get back out there. Don't have a lot of time to work with here, but maybe they can get down there and get a long field goal.
Those orange slices at halftime are looking real good right now for the Eagles.
1:19 to go here in this first half. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Since we've got that little fake kick, we've got a moment to once again thank all of our viewers here checking out CTN's Game of the Week. Thank you to everybody out there that makes this broadcast possible as well.
I wonder who came up with that, the fake kickoff. Probably somebody in Ohio State, maybe.
I'm just going to sit here and just stay quiet. I'm just going to reserve all comments about this. Just keep things to myself, right? But isn't that the thumper? If you don't have something nice to say, don't say nothing. How many times there's no way it's ever worked in the history of ever. Come on.
Because Pioneer is notorious for that. I've never actually seen him do the kickoff like that. I'd like to actually see somebody come out and fake kick.
Oh, I'd be the first one to jump up and down and say it's amazing, but I just know that it's not. Like, the odds are just so stacked against you of making something happen coming off of that. But I digress. Ball at the 20-yard line now for the Eagles. A lot of field in front of them with 1:19 to go.
Spread formation here. Looks like they're in a pass formation.
Ball comes up, handoff to number 6, Donovan Hill, I
Number
believe.
6, Donnie Hill on the run.
That's going to keep the clock moving forward.
Josh.
Yeah, that spread offense sure seemed like
It did.
he might be throwing the ball, but having that wide receiver come in and try to take that one from the inside. We got a time out here by the kicking mules.
You know what they're thinking, right? Let's get this ball back.
Maybe. Yeah, you're not wrong. 57 seconds left.
They still have 2 timeouts?
Maybe just keep calling the timeouts.
Yeah.
If that's almost daring the Eagles, like, hey, throw it. Do something different.
You've already seen the Eagles put the ball on the ground. So, you're putting pressure just on the play caller for the Eagles as far as what am I going to dial up here? I really don't want to pass the ball because if I get an incomplete pass, that stops the clock, right? So, but I need a first down to get out of this half.
Second and 13 now. Eagles staying in there. They've got a lot to discuss down in that huddle. There are some big kids down there on that offensive line.
They have some massive players.
You got Wamsley in there, Stagner's down there, just some big kids down there. And that one goes off to the right. Tracy Lincoln, rumbling, bumbling, but that ball might have jumped out of on him, and referee right in front of him calls it for the kicking mules, and now with 50 seconds left, Bedford has a big opportunity in front of him here, up 15-3 already.
Was that an announcer's jinx? I said they put the ball on the ground and it's a tough play call. It looked like Lincoln was running for his life. There was not a lot of blocking going on out there. And in this instance, you don't want to be going east-west. You want to be going north-south, son. And that ball was out there. It was like a loaf of bread. You got to hold on to it. It can't be flying like that.
Yeah, nice job by the kicking mules players to get their hands out there, strip the ball, and there's just a little bit of discussion afterwards about the blocks coming and who needs to be wearing this.
Because that's Lincoln talking to Hines about a block that wasn't there.
Henman now goes up, launches down into the corner. Ain't it?
Oh, he dropped
corner. He did not come down with that one, but that was a textbook into the corner toss. Henman pulled back, knew where he was going with it, put some fire under that ball.
We've been talking about Henman being run first. Not that time. That time he put it right on the pylon, enough loft up under it for his receiver to go up. He just dropped it.
It was Drew Logsdon, one of the other quarterbacks out there going wide. Second and 10, 17-yard line, 43 seconds now to go. Henman could be running. He's got a couple of men downfield looking for him, but he's brought down.
Really close to a horse collar tackle there by Lincoln.
Lincoln getting a little aggression out maybe after that last fumble. And it looks like we got timeout by the kicking mules.
Yes. And on that last play, again, you did see Lincoln kind of go up top on the tackle here. But again, Henman, he didn't look for a second receiver. The first one was covered. I'm going to run.
Well, and he tried to make that move around Tracy Lincoln, but Lincoln continues to just be on point with making these tackles. He's not falling for the fakes, and there's not too many players that are going to burn him with that speed.
He's wiry strong. He's not a thick player, but he's strong to pull players down. Taking another quick look at this long pass to the corner. Watch this. And this is Silkworth coming on the defense, I believe. He gets a hand in there right at the end.
Well, Logsdon did a great job. He was staying in bounds. He went up, he saw it, and it just seems like
right there at the end, Silkworth pulls it away.
Slick play by the Eagles defense, and they're going to try to keep that defensive momentum going. 3rd and 14.
Every coach needs to have a trick play in for every game. This is where I would call my trick play.
Henman now fake toss left. He's in trouble in the backfield. Finds a man, tosses that one up, bounces off one Eagle player.
That was hot potato.
I can just hear our director, put a 10 on that circus because I had no idea where that ball was going. What happened? It seemed like he came down with it.
Well, and it was going to go either way, actually, because it looks like at first it was going to be an interception because the ball was just sitting in the air for so long. That was an easy pick. And then it's a catch, and then it's a pitch, and then it's a drop.
Well, and then I thought he came down with it. Spoonmore, excuse me. I thought Spoonmore came down with it, but I guess they're going to say that he didn't.
That was going to be a. He took his unsportsmanlike conduct. It looked like he did an unsportsmanlike conduct, the official, but didn't point to which side it was, and it's not marching off anything.
You can still see that there is some laundry out there.
Yeah, it's a laundry on the top of the field.
Line, yeah.
So maybe we'll get a mic check and the official let us know exactly what was the call there. Here we go. Old school, he's screaming.
That's cool. Well, he's definitely said it's 4th down. We got that, which is nice. These sticks are moving forward, though.
Wow, I think they made a mistake on moving those sticks forward.
And then
it's not a first down.
Kicking mules are falling.
Looks like they're going to do a field goal, right? Because number 8's out there. 8 is out there to kick again.
We're all just going to go ahead and figure this out together, folks.
You don't want to guess?
Yeah, that doesn't turn out well for me when that happens. 4th and 14.
28-yarder.
Seemingly a chip shot, but there are no gimmies in high school sports. Jack Decker, number 8, out there kicking for Bedford. Ball down, Gerber holds, Decker up.
Good.
Had a lot of spin to it, but it was very high. It looked like one of my 20-yard flop shots there, just going up there with a little spin-a-rooney, but nonetheless, good. And that's going to be 18-3 lead now for the Kicking Mules.
Well, it's not a 2-score game, so, I mean, the Eagles do have that going for them, but that's really unfortunate to give up points before the half is completed.
Yeah, when the Eagles were receiving that ball, we were talking about them maybe like running down, maybe getting a long field goal, and at the other end, they just give it up and give up a
turnovers.
6-point swing.
They'll kill you every time, right? And I think that turnover is a little bit, maybe the blocking, but Lincoln's been out there so long. I mean, he needs a break.
Yeah, nobody's going to be more excited for this halftime 15 minutes than him. But you're right. I mean, he's making so many tackles. His arms are so strong. He's making a lot of these really tough tackles. The fact that they're handing him the ball so much behind the line of scrimmage as well is really asking a lot of him. And I think I wonder if just the tiredness is getting there right now.
Wearing on him.
Line drive kick, bounce into the end zone.
Ball rolling to the end zone for a touchdown.
All right, 19 seconds. Please do not come out and just knee this ball. I want to see a ball thrown downfield because you can get a penalty. You can get a reception.
How about a screen pass?
Something.
Screen pass, in theory, nice, easy, gets the ball.
Get some linemen out there blocking.
Yep.
Let's see if this. I want to see if he's going to really kick it. Is he going to kick it? I'm going to kick it hard. Nah.
Did we really believe?
I thought so.
Was that the necessity of that replay there?
Thank you, truck.
Never. It's never going to happen. Like I said, if it does, I'll be the first one in line jumping up and down. There's sure running for his life, scrambling.
Don't take it. Don't take the sack.
I mean, taking the sack is rough, but it's better than throwing one away, and it sure didn't seem like he had anywhere to go with that. He was running from the moment that ball touched his hand.
Yeah.
And that's gonna do it here for this first half. The Eagles will be heading to the locker room with a lot to talk about, and those Kicking Mules have a lot going for them. But there's still a lot going for CTN's Game of the Week, so stick around, folks. We'll be right back with second half action.
Hi, I'm Mitch with CTN. Did you know CTN is available on both Android and iOS platforms for free?
That's right, you can find us on the Cablecast app. Just look up CTN and all your favorite local programs are right at your fingertips. But that's not all. CTN is also on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. If this is for you, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Then navigate to the About tab for instructions on how to set it up on your device. and subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can watch our live meetings and all of our CTN produced programs at youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor. So come watch CTN, where we aim to connect, create, and communicate.
Two Pioneers converge on him as soon as he got about to the goal line.
Look at Denson just fighting people off as he takes it all the way upfield. And Denson's trying to get into
he might get a little something for his, his efforts
he
there.
He did.
And here we are, folks. Start a second half action. The fake kick. What are we calling that? What is that? It's not a fake kick.
It's not a fake kick because they got to kick it.
Is it a ruse? Like whatever it is, we didn't even broadcast it. That's the disdain that I have for that maneuver. But look at, and that's a solid kick away. Just kick that away. Nice kick away there.
You know, when we were talking about in between halftime this first half, Nick, we're talking about the fact about this Kicking Mules team. They haven't kicked this ball around on the Eagles a lot. The Eagles have been very friendly, giving them good field position and allowing the Eagles allowing Bedford a short field to get this 18 points up on the board.
Yeah, Bedford 3 scores, 2 touchdowns, and that field goal. But you're right, they haven't had any long drives. They haven't had those sustained drives. I'm not saying that they're not capable of it, but the Eagles have handed them great position and great opportunities so far. So that's going to be the first thing for the Eagles is clean that up. There's the handoff to Tracy Lincoln, who we've seen so much tonight. I mean, just both sides of the ball, just a workhorse.
And you can see Lincoln right now. He's already cramping up. Look at that. Oh, man, I'm cramping up looking at him. Ouch, Aroni. He didn't eat any oranges.
Yeah, he's doing like the Red Fox, the way he's kind of walking around. and
Lillian, I'm coming to join you, honey.
He surely is.
Oh, call a timeout. He's not going to be able to make it through that play. I hope the ball's not going to him.
Right, and that's the problem. A, you hope the ball doesn't get to him, and B, if I'm Hines, I hope he's not my lead blocker.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's going to be too useful down there.
Well, sure needed to get him out of the game.
Sure, back looking for Silkworth deep, I think. Sure, stays on his feet, but still can't find anybody down there. It sure seemed like he was dialed in on Silkworth coming on that left side.
Yeah, and I'm still taking a look. Look at Lincoln. He's just limping up the field. Let's take a quick look on this replay, though. Not a lot of time, though. And it looks like Shearer really never gave that play time to develop. He ran into some of that rush from Bedford.
And you know what, though? That's not Noah Shearer. That's Isaac Skadsden.
So they changed quarterback?
That was number 12. Here he is coming in again. Similar size. Skadsden, sophomore quarterback.
Usually when you have a sophomore quarterback, he's been pulled up already from the JV.
Skadsden now gets that out of the gun, rolls right. Quick arm, quick toss, laser shot, but knocked down by the Bedford linebacker. I like the arm off of him so far. It seemed like he's just got like a little whip rocket there coming off.
Yeah, and good read on the play. He takes quick steps, makes a decisive throw. Unfortunately, it was in a little bit of traffic, and it got tapped before it got to the receiver.
I believe that's Lucas Gerber once again. We've seen Gerber both sides of the ball making plays. Now 4th and 18 from their own 12, 10-17 to go. Rough opening drive here for the Eagles. Not what you wanted to see. You wanted to see them at least get a couple of first downs coming out of that halftime.
Not enough players on the field for the Eagles. Oh, man,
high
just take a safety.
over
Just take
his
a
head
safety.
pass, and he tossed
What
that
did
one
he do?
down.
Oh.
I mean, is that the idea? Just throw it down anyway?
No, it's not the deal. You just don't throw it down in football because the other team can jump on it. You take it and run out of the end zone.
I mean, I don't think when he threw that, I don't think he threw it into the end zone. It was almost like a spike after
Was he
the
out of the
touchdown.
end zone when
I
he
believe
spikes it?
so. I believe so. There we go, over him. Yeah, he was already out regardless. And then like the toss, it seems kind of unnecessary. But yeah, that's going to be 2 points for Temperance. Easy 2 points for them, and they're going to get the ball coming back to him.
It's just been downhill since that kick from Landis Lewis where he gets the 3 points on the board. Eagles are up, feeling good, and man, this last 20 points, the Eagles have to stop this. So now it's going to be the free kick, and it looks like, did they give him a penalty on that as well? Look where they're kicking.
They're moving back quite a ways. If they
You do kick it from the 20, right?
Yes.
And it's a free kick. The way Landis Lewis kicks it off the tee, I might have him just bounce it up the field.
Yeah, why not? Maybe just a little sidearm, side leg kick. Just let it go spinning through and see what happens. Landis Lewis coming up here. It looks like Jacob Spoonmore way down there, and we've got a timeout on Skyline. Not
I don't know if my head's going to pop off my head, but
for that. I'm
a
just,
timeout after a safety call is less than desirable. I think I said that.
Yeah, that's pretty politically correct. I feel like that's a pretty calm way of putting that. Agreed.
I'm coming down off
Agreed.
the edge.
That's
wow.
And it was quick. I mean, I'm curious.
Enough players out there too.
I'm curious if they were if they've never practiced such a thing. Maybe
How about
they're
take the
not
penalty
prepared
then?
for
It's
that.
only 5 extra yards.
Yeah.
A timeout's more. I think a timeout in the pocket early in the second half is probably a little bit more valuable than the 5-yard penalty on what's going to be good field position either way for Bedford.
Well, and especially there wasn't a whole lot discussed in that timeout. They were in and out pretty darn quickly. So whether it was just a matter of positioning or technical aspects of it, everyone to Spoonmore. Spoonmore, lots of room in front of him. Man jumps up, and then the ball's on the ground, and that's going to be recovered by the Eagles, seemingly. I believe that was Charlie Bishar.
Vilicevic? Was that Vilicevic on the? I thought it was Vilicevic on the tackle.
Oh, I think it might have been on the tackle, yep. And Bishar came up with that one.
Yeah, and Bishar came up on it, but look at Vilicevic comes up on the wraparound. Yeah, number 4, Vilicevic. Great job of tackling the ball, right?
Yeah, it's seemingly Spoonmore had all the world in front of him, but Vilicevic, like you said, got up into him, made a good, solid hit, wrapped him up, got his hands around that ball, and now the Eagles might have something to work with from the 45-yard line. And there's a penalty pre-snap, which seemingly would be an offensive penalty.
I think it's going to be something on the legal procedures.
False start on the Eagles, and that's going to push them back 5. Still,
You're at
good
50.
field position.
You're still at the 50.
Still
And
good field position.
Usually when you have one of these quick change possessions, you throw it up deep. And it looks like that's what the Eagles might be dialing up here.
Well, they've got 5 wide, nobody in the backfield. There's a toss right up in the middle, trying to get it into Tracy Lincoln. Hit him in the chest, but tackled immediately.
Lincoln is spent. He needs a play or two, okay? I mean, the guy has been out there the entire time.
He's still got some good sportsmanship in him, though.
Yeah, but, I mean, good call here, good play, just not the result that Lincoln wanted.
No, you think you might have to lead him a little bit more and get him already moving with that head of steam through there. Same situation, though. You got 4 wide. Skessom has 1 player behind him. I believe that's Hines back there. Sidearm toss into Lincoln. Lincoln makes the first man miss. Gets around the left side. Just pulled out now. Lincoln gets the first down, and Skadsom's got a quick release, man. He doesn't throw full arm, but he's got just
like
that good,
arm, yeah.
that good shortstop second baseman, Chuck.
And watch Lincoln as he gets it. He's an aggressive runner. We've seen it all night. And he gets upfield, nice stiff arm here, and shows some good wheels. Got to keep your composure, though.
Yeah, smart job of spinning to the outside. It would have been really easy for him to keep that momentum going inside and then just run headlong into a couple of linebackers, but he got outside and made something happen there. Handoff there to Hines. Hines in the middle. He might get one or two out of that one before he's dragged down back behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just not a lot of running room in there for Hines. I mean, right off of the bat, I mean, he's getting hit in the backfield, and that's just, boy, this drive came up quick. 4th down already. You know it's 4-down territory.
Yeah, that Lincoln play was so dynamic. It was such a big hit for the Eagles. You forget that they didn't quite get the first down, being down 1st and 15 initially on this drive. But you're right, 4th down, 4-down territory here. They're on their 37-yard line. Skadston back there, 4 wide. He's looking out to his right.
Yeah, good play, quarterback. Good play.
He pulls it down, but got licked. And I am not sure if he got there. It's going to be awfully close.
Oh, man.
But the referee already calling it. Skadston did not get there.
I love the play there to keep it because everybody's moving downfield. The linebacker, though, kept an eye on him, and he comes in at number 20, lays wood.
Yeah, and I would have liked to have seen Hines. I don't think Hines was expecting that. Hines seemed like he was a step behind his quarterback initially, too. Whether it's Skadston telling him, hey, we got to get out and do this, or Hines being self-aware, it would have been nice to get Hines out there and block. Maybe they get that extra foot and a half that they needed.
And we said that, the QB's not a big QB either, so.
No, and we saw a little bit of the result on that one, too. He got popped at the end, trying to come up with those extra 2 yards. Couldn't quite get there. And Bedford now back on the offensive end. Here's Gilsdorf with another run. We've got a healthy dose of Gilsdorf so far in this game, and we continue to see him. Gilsdorf-Henman. However, neither of them have found pay dirt. Lucas Gerber, possibly the leader in the clubhouse right now for key player. Maybe. Henman, man in motion behind him, keeps. Nice job blocking out in front of him. He cuts back up to the middle, and Henman gets to the outside, and man, is he quick once he found an open space, and he takes that one to the house, almost an in-your-face to Kevin and Nick. Oh, we can play long yards. We can do okay with the long field. That's okay. And Henman scores long touchdown for the Kicking Mules.
Henman's like a Johnny Manziel out there. He is a star.
Yeah, he does a little bit of everything. He's got no problem running the ball.
And he changes direction. That's what I mean by him. He uses the entire field. Great vision to look back to his backside. That's not the first time we've seen that tonight either.
No, but he also used that initial block from Gilsdorf, too. He went left, and Gilsdorf, he followed him in just enough time before he saw that open up in the center of the field and then went nuts. Decker, another kick, another point. 27-3 now for the Kicking Mules.
Everything just minutes ago, it seemed like the Eagles had the ball and everything was working out in the right direction, and man, Henry just takes it to the house.
Yeah, he seems to be a backbreaker type of player. Just doing it, keeping the ball, distributing to his running backs. We've seen him make some throws. He seems like he's got a good head on his shoulders to make correct plays, make correct decisions.
And we talked about in the beginning that they deployed 2 quarterbacks. Haven't had to use their second quarterback tonight.
No, it's been all Henman here tonight.
Kicking off for the Mules, number 8, Jack Decker.
Okay, we know what you're not going to do.
Decker now ensuing kickoff, eventually.
We got to make a good name for that. I'm called the Nick Kick. That's the Nick kick.
Decker now seems properly stretched out and warmed up, sends that one away. Like, why are you wasting 90 seconds of our lives? That's a great kick. That's a great kick. You're not fooling anybody. You're not trying to squib it. It's just kick it. Just kick it.
Yeah, that's the special teams coach. You know, he has a lot of time and he needs to, put something in. And I'm making things up. And
right. Because I don't know about that. No.
If it's not in pro football, don't put it in high school football.
Well, it's not even in college. Have you ever seen that play in college?
I think Deion tried it once, but he tries it.
I was gonna say that probably didn't go well. All right, Eagles back on offense. Skedson back there, pulls wide. There's that side-on toss downfield. Had a man, but there might have been. There was a lot of contact down there on Donovan Hill. Hill really wanted a flag. I think everybody up here in the booth really wanted the flag on that one too.
There was a lot of contact with that ball being in the air for so long, and officials just allowed both players to try to go up and receive it. And I love the call though. A naked boot, get the quarterback out on an island, and bring the receiver on a drag across the field. And not a bad throw either. Receiver comes upfield a little bit better, and that ball's out there.
Well, that might be the max that Skedson can go. The way that he was back body, kind of almost falling away, still doesn't have that traditional football throw, still have that sidearm.
It's hard when you're a right-handed QB to throw it deep when
True
you're
enough.
rolling to your left.
True enough. Skedson there, quick one out, hits his man in motion, and that's going to be a 5-6 yard pickup for the Eagles.
You know, the one thing I do like about Skedson is his decision-making. He is decisive about it. On his passes, you mentioned it several times. He sees it, and he's letting it go.
Yeah, well, I probably when you're a sophomore, you might not be as versed in the offense, so you're not thinking about check downs. You know where you want to go. You're looking at it, and then, hey, let's go. Third and 5 now. Ball in the 25. Skedson back there with one man behind him, 4 wide. Looking left the whole way, up and under, and that one got it to Tracy Lincoln. That's still Lincoln with the ball, makes the catch, gets to the 49-yard line. First down, much needed first down for the Eagles.
Huge. I don't know if it's all about that, but Lincoln needs to, get a first down, get back to the huddle, and do it again.
That's a great job by Skedson to see that player, get him in the middle, and throw it to space, throw it to that open spot there.
And that was a great camera angle to see where it was just coming and dropping in. There's not too many plays the Eagles have without Lincoln involved in it.
No, sure doesn't seem like it. I was a little surprised to look down and see that was number 1 down there making that catch when you got 4 wide receivers wide. There's Hines bumbling forward, tackled behind the line of scrimmage, loss of 1 or 2.
And Hines is going to be down. It looks like he's hurt. Again, another cramp. And, this is that time of the year, Nick, where the weather changes a lot. We had some warm days this week and now some cool evenings. And the only thing I can suggest is get your kids some hydration.
Yeah, that's going to be the big thing. I mean, it seemed like Hines was coming up somewhat lame as soon as the ball touched his hands, if not before. I think that was the part of the problem. He looked like he was doing the rumbling, bumbling right from the get, and he might have just tightened up.
Well, he's another one, just like Lincoln, helping him up right there. Lincoln, get to the huddle. You're doing too much, young man.
Right. He's making tackles. He's dragging people. He's running.
Part-time trainer. I mean, but again, it seems like, the Eagles got enough players down here. I would love to see the coaching staff trust some of these players to actually play football as opposed to just giving the ball to 2.
Yeah, this sport, this game is going to really wear on these kids as the season goes along. We're early September, and the wear and tear on your Rileys and your your Lincolns and your Hineses is going to be tough.
And find 11. 11 is a big player out here. He's taller than everyone on the field. Throw the ball up. There you go.
There you go. up to Silkworth, but that one right to the Bedford's DB. That's number 21, Quindon Labadie. And Labadie had no problem just turning his head and then going up and grabbing that one.
Well, I'm going to stick with what I said. Throw the ball up. Why? You just flip the field. So now the Kicking Mules, at least they still have, 70 some odd plus yards to go. You're not turning the ball over on your side of the field, giving them a short field. And plus, you're throwing the ball down the field. It wasn't a good pass. That's the thing. The pass is on the inside. If the pass is on the outside, Silkworth would have had a chance to even go up and play a little defense on that ball, too.
Yeah, way too much into the inside. I don't know if Skedson thought he was going to come inside or maybe just didn't get enough oomph into it. Yeah.
Oh, this is just poor. I wish I didn't see this happening.
First down, Mules.
Wow, he's gone.
Yeah, Henman one more time. There's a flag down at the line of scrimmage area, though. I wonder if this one's going to come back.
Yeah,
but yeah, Henman has no problems just turning upfield and going. And, this Eagles defense seems to be wearing down a little bit, but the offensive line and Henman's legs are strong as they were in that first quarter.
Well, that offensive line looks like they're just subbing in offensive linemen over there now for Bedford. And where's this play at? You can see it right here at the back of the play.
Yeah, dragged down right there on the 30-yard line. 6:24 now to go here in this third quarter.
Eagles been on defense a lot this game.
Yeah, Kicking Mules up 27-3, looking to open it up even more as of right now. Eagles defense comes in, and that one gets off Henman. Henman wisely just falls on it. I like that play. I like that play a lot. It's real easy to start thinking that you're some sort of a hero, you're having a great game, let me try to scoop and run with it.
That was a nice snap. I don't know how Henman dropped that ball. Hit him with both hands.
I wonder if he was just a little distracted. You could see that player, that fullback, coming in motion behind him or moving a little bit behind him. And I wonder if he took his eyes off it, and that's the exact moment the ball got snapped in.
That's why I'm saying the pressure is now more on Bedford. They're not playing with house money. Yeah, maybe the scoreboard. But when you're talking about the field position, this puts pressure on you.
There's Gilsdorf. Haven't called his name in 5 minutes. He gets taken down at the line of scrimmage.
See, and then there's another good job of the defense staying at home on the backside. And now Skyline puts Bedford in a third and a long possession here.
So now what do you do if you're Bedford? Do you try to throw the ball? Do you just stick on the ground, keep running the clock?
You try not to turn the ball over. And that's the thing right now. That's the only thing that can really hurt them is giving the ball over on this side of the field. So ball possession.
Henman wisely hands it off to Gilsdorf. Gilsdorf outside, breaks one tackle. Somebody came in real strong, hit him hard, but still shook that one off. That was... Not entirely sure that was if that was Silkworth. It was a McGowan. Yeah.
I believe it was 16 McGowan that came up on it. And now you get the punt. So, I mean, again, that pass that it was thrown to interception didn't really hurt the Eagles, and maybe that's something the coaching staff can learn from. Hey, we can open this ball up a little bit because it helped out our defense.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I don't hate it. I like what you're doing. I like what you're saying there. You're right. They will have a punt return coming up. I believe that's Donnie Hill down there. Skyline with their second timeout here of this third quarter. And I'm just curious if they had the correct amount of players out there. They might have been one short.
That's the second time they've had to call a timeout on a special teams play. That's not something that the coaching staff is going to be happy about when they're reviewing the film as far as getting the players out there on the field. That's twofold. It's coaches as well as the players, because usually the day before a game, it's a walkthrough. You're walking through. All right, who's on this special teams? Who's on kickoff? Who's on kickoff return? Who's on punt return? But again, second game of the season, we're still learning.
Yeah, long way to go here for this Eagles squad, as we're seeing. But you're right. That's part of it. And these are the things that you go and you look at in film room Monday or Tuesday, and then you clean up. And in theory, you never make these mistakes again the rest of the season.
That's it.
Maybe the rest of your career.
That's it. If I'm the Eagles now, I'm not putting too much faith in a punt return. I'm putting the faith in my punt block. You got a timeout. I'm stacking the line. I'm not putting 5 guys back for a kickoff return or punt return. You guys got guys, they're in the back of the end zone. Put pressure on the snapper, the punter, by make them speed up.
Yeah, get aggressive. I don't hate it. I don't think they're going for that, though. And look at him pull that one down, and he's got a wide open field in front of him, and he is going to get that first down and almost some more.
Wow, that's unfortunate, because by setting up the punt return, no one from the Eagles were really keeping an eye on the punter.
No, he had that entire left side of the field. I mean, just look how wide open that side is.
They're setting up the punt return. Nobody's out there until almost the first down marker.
And
really.
he had so far to go. I mean, from line of scrimmage to that first down was 11 yards, but he was a solid 10 yards back, yeah.
Man, that's a backbreaker for the Eagles.
Yeah, aggressive heads-up play by Decker and by the Kicking Mules. I really doubt that was designed, per se. It might have been one of those things where just take a look and see if it's there. Hey, I trust you. Go for it. Henman hands off Gilsdorf. Gilsdorf tries to shake that first man, but he's brought up along the ankles, brought down along the ankles.
Alex Barbeck on the tackle. Haven't seen his name.
Second down, Mules.
There's Wamsley coming out again. Wamsley ran in on that last one and then moseyed on out after the play. 2nd and 8 now. Motion, always in motion for the Kicking Mules.
Well, there was some great outside perimeter blocking going on for Bedford. Number 2 was doing a great job out there on the edge and just opened things up really for the running back.
And another first down for the Kicking Mules, and all the Eagles can do is watch this happen to them.
Yeah, and it's twofold, because the Eagles' defense is about to get off the field, and now you can see them. They're guys are just jogging off the field. They're gassed.
Pitch there to Spoonmore. Spoonmore seemingly goes outside, cuts it back up into the middle, then to the right, stiff arms, and he's going to have nothing but grass in front of him, and a touchdown for the Kicking Mules. Jacob Spoonmore.
Yeah, you've seen that several times, but again, I think that was more of just the Eagles being tired on that play. No one even made an effort to bring them down. Even the backside safety just got in the way at the end of the play and really didn't make a big effort. Watch this. This is touch football in this sport.
Well, it seems like he ran by almost every single Eagle
Everybody
player.
had a chance.
Yeah, he brushed by or went by at least 8 dudes, maybe more.
They had a timeout on that possession too. So I mean, it's not like, that's just unfortunate.
Extra point is good for the Kicking Mules, and they are finding themselves in a very envious position now, up 34-3 on the Eagles.
Well, see, now Coach Smith needs to kind of switch up. This game is really getting out of hand, but you still got a lot of time on the clock. We're still only in the 3rd quarter, so you can use this as a live game. Action scrimmage. So it's still a game. Maybe put in some players that hadn't seen the field, because then you get your sideline back into it. And you might find somebody that can step up in a game time situation. And that's exactly what you're looking for as a coach.
That's true. That's a really interesting point about maybe finding some diamonds in the rough and keeping those sideline players engaged. right? It'd be really easy to just hang your head and, you know, start looking at your watch and waiting for this one to be done, as opposed to my number just called. I need to go in there and make a play.
And why get Lincoln hurt for the rest of the year? Hines hurt for the rest of the year. Those are guys you're going to depend on.
Yeah, also a great call. Line drive, low shot through the end zone. And Donnie Hill going in there to retrieve that one. Hill hasn't had a lot to do with these punt returns, kick returns.
No, and he's another player that is, besides, you know, the names that we've been saying, the Lincoln and the Hines, we need to hear some other players out here. And Skyline definitely has the able bodies. Just got to get the ball in their hands.
Right, allow them to make some plays and show off what they got.
And see, this right here, you're running out of timeouts. If you don't have enough players on the field, you might have to take a penalty here. There's like 2 other people that they need. And now they're losing the composure of the team.
Yeah, that's Stagner.
Timeout, Skyline.
Yeah, right now this is a big timeout. Not just for this game, for the season. Because as Coach Smith is down here in the middle of all of these young men, they're not feeling great on your home opener, and it's not going your way, you got to reset it. You're the head coach, buddy. You got to reset it. You got to get everybody on the same page and not fighting against yourself, but fighting against the other squad.
Yeah, that's a great assessment of what a head coach needs to do in this situation. You're exactly right? You've got to rally the troops. You've got to keep things positive. You're positive if you're in a toga. If you're in a toga and you're shirtless and 58 degrees in Michigan, you're feeling good. You're not feeling any of that, right?
You saw that guy last week in Michigan. Yeah.
Right. So Coach Smith needs to channel some of the toga down on his side, keep those positive vibes, and keep his team's heads up and make something interesting happen.
Make it fun. Make it fun.
Exactly.
And you may not get a first down or a touchdown. Make it fun, though, because you're going to go in the film room and you're going to have to watch this again. So you want to build up what you're going to put on tape.
They Skanson with a handoff. He's tackled immediately. Shakes the first one, but those kicking mules were in on him. Quickly, that offensive line for the Eagles broke
And that might
down.
almost been a targeting hit on number 20. He came up high on that shot, and that's something that we talked about before the game was targeting, that they wanted to get out. Let's see if this is a hit to the head. Right there. That looked like a hit to the head, the crown of the head.
Yeah, 20 he just seems like he couldn't get low enough to make that play. But you're right. I mean, he wasn't spearing per se, but he didn't get down. He didn't get those shoulders down.
And it's not the severity of the play. If you did it, you did it.
All right, 2nd and 11 upcoming. Scad some quick handoff into the middle, but that D line for the kicking mules continues to have their way with the offensive line of the Eagles.
That looked like an old Texas drill, Texas-Oklahoma drill, where a running back and a linebacker just running into a hole, and the linebacker won that one. This is, you've been running the ball, and then the only passes that we've been throwing for Skyline has been these long, deep ones. Man, if we can develop a short passing game, and you saw it, when this quarterback came in, he was singing some little slants. Let's see some of those type of plays.
Yeah, Scadson can make those quick slant throws. You think those would be the optimal passes for him right there. Another handoff nonetheless. Just nothing doing. Donnie Hill one more time. They've tried to get something a little bit different going with Donnie Hill, but he just doesn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah, but look at him. He's got 4 guys that he has to dodge before he's through the line of scrimmage. So maybe a jet. Get Hill on something going sideline to sideline. But these plays that are slowly developing have not been successful tonight for Skyline.
No, and they're getting less and less successful with just showing the dominance of these defensive line here for the kicking mules.
Well, and Bedford's got at least 60 players. I mean, they got a lot of players over there. So they're leaning on their 2nd and 3rd string guys, and they look about the same size as the starters.
punt coming up. 12 seconds to go here in this third quarter. A little bit of spin on that one. Catches it thinking he's going to keep moving, but he's brought down immediately. I believe that was by Vucevic.
That's probably going to be the last play of the quarter. They'll spot it and run this.
Yeah, 4.5 seconds to go, and we've got Eagle players down there pleading some sort of a case to the officials. I'm not sure what the discussion entails down there, but
They're having a long discussion. The officials turned around and looking back at him like he's answering them too.
For a seemingly pretty simple cut and dry punt return. Not sure what the conversation is. 4 seconds to go here now. Scrimmaging from the 45-yard line. Henman hands off. Gilsdorf doing Gilsdorf things, just keeps pushing forward, refuses to go down before being brought down to the 25-yard line. Gilsdorf with another huge run, and a huge run to end this third quarter here from the Eagles Nest. 1 quarter to go, folks. You never know what you're going to get with CTN's Game of the Week. Stick around. We will be right back.
Barton Nature Area is a 98-acre park located along the river on Huron River Drive, a few miles north of downtown. Barton Nature Area provides access to Barton Pond if you ascend to the top of Barton Dam. There, you'll find a walking path, green space, and benches. Popular for sunsets, photography, fishing, birding, a scenic stroll, or to get a big dose of nature, the Huron River is quite wide as it pools before the dam. The dam is within park limits, and there is a pedestrian walk over the dam. If you are traveling downstream by boat along the Huron River Water Trail, you will need to portage your boat in order to continue paddling on the other side of the dam. Fortunately, there is a portage boat slide to assist. The public boat launch is accessed from the northern parking lot with both an above the dam and below the dam launch. There is a picnic area next to the main parking entrance. The Barton Nature Area trails are located in the larger area known as the Barton Oxbow, which is bordered by the river and the railway line with bridge access on 2 ends. The present vegetation gives us plenty of ideas about the history of land. There are 4 seasons of beauty to be found at Barton Nature Area and great diversity of plant communities to observe. There is another part of Barton Nature Area known as Foster, which is only accessible by boat from Barton Pond. Foster was formerly a small cluster of houses where the train used to stop in what is now the park. This community is gone now, but the name reminds us of the site's earlier land use. For more information, visit a2gov.org/parkfinder.
Hello, my name is Andre Anderson, and I'm the police chief of the Ann Arbor Police Department. You know, each year, millions of sports fans transverse to our city to watch football. We want to be your place of destination. Thank you for being here, and thanks for being part of a winning culture.
Hi, I'm Deputy Chief Patrick McGuire. Are you looking for great drinks and a cold beverage? The Main Street Social District is a great place to explore our downtown area while enjoying an alcoholic beverage. There's also lots of great tailgates in the stadium area. Just remember, outside of the Social District, open alcohol is prohibited on public streets and sidewalks.
Hi, I'm Deputy Chief Jason Forsberg. From where to park to how to get around on game day, we've made it easy. Here's a QR code to help you navigate the city and provide helpful information as you travel to and from Michigan Stadium.
And here we go, folks, looking down on the Eagles Nest from the campus of Skyline High School. It has been all kicking mules that third quarter, right, Kev?
Yeah, and now we finally see the second quarterback, and it was a different quarterback than we thought we were going to have. It looks like 18 is in at quarterback.
Number 13. TJ Dow on the run.
And we've got Bedford moving right to left now. Here we go.
Anderson.
Wheatstone is the quarterback now, and
nice lead pitch out to number 26, I believe that was, for the Kicking Mules. Alex Mapes, maybe?
I'll go with that.
Mapes put a hit on 57 there. Anderson Reed took the brunt of that hit. And man, we've seen just a bevy of running backs from these Kicking Mules, and they're all tough kids.
Yeah, and they keep and they all look the same. I mean, there's no difference. And what I mean by that, there's no red, orange shoes. They come out and they just look like a football squad. Black shoes, the red hats, and they're coming at you.
And there he is running over, and yeah, they are consistently trucking those defenders coming into them. They're rarely brought down by the first player. You're right. Like, I'm laughing, but you're exactly right. All of these kids, all of these running backs, seemingly cut from the same cloth, grown from the same stuff. They're just running backs. They're just halfbacks
Football
out
player.
there doing their jobs. Yes,
and
exactly
I think that's what they put on the roster. Football player.
Football player. You're a football player. You're playing football positions. That's right. That's exactly what they're doing, and they're doing it well. Another handoff into the middle, and maybe the Eagles finally asserting themselves on that defensive line. We saw a little bit that's in the first quarter. We haven't seen it a ton since the first half.
Mason Stager, I think, on the tackle there. You can tell by his pink socks. Breast Cancer Awareness Month is next month. He should be celebrating Prostate Cancer Awareness Month.
That's exactly right.
As opposed to that pink stuff. Wear some blue socks, young man.
Luke Whetstone now
I didn't
trying
know
to
where
make
the
some
ball was
players
at.
play. No, I'm not sure if Whetstone knew where it was either.
That's some good fakes. When you can get a second and third string guy to come in, and if we see a replay on this, watch the running back, the fullback. Fullback is actually the one who took out the Skyline player that's on the ground. He runs straight like he had the ball in his hands.
Is that Suleiman there? Aiden Suleiman? Yeah, I'm not sure. It seemed like he might have gotten a shot to the breadbasket there, and that's why he's down. I don't know if he's gasping for air.
That's the
worst, a little more
too.
Serious.
When you lose your wind, it gets knocked out of you, and it's right here in the middle, 23. Oh, he gets hit in the back.
Well, and yeah, it seemed like his own dude kind of rolled over on him too, which is also not good because that dude is massive. Massive player there. Was that Wamsley that may have been the one that rolled over on him? No, I don't want him rolling across me.
Yeah, especially after a long game too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's insult to injury at this point in the game. Is Whetstone doing a nice job pulling back, trying to get away from those players, and then man, that's what you get back there with the big boys.
Yeah, and you can see him still feeling nice. He's up on his feet and he's walking off of Coach Smith. It's a good sign.
Yeah, nothing worse than trying to take that breath and just getting that sharp, stabbing pain when all you're trying to do is that thing that you do all day long the rest of the time.
In your sleep.
Yes.
And that's another thing that is a positive coming out of a game that's lopsided is Coach Smith hasn't lost any players to injury. And that's huge because this is so early in the season.
Skyline a little slow getting into their positioning now. 4th down and 4 to go.
Uh-oh.
Pitch outright, 34 seemingly gets in, and that's going to be touchdown Bedford. And I really wonder if the Kicking Mules saw a little something on that right side because
they were just jogging out.
The Eagles were not coming out there. They for sure weren't in position. It seems like there was not a lot of urgency going out there. I wonder if they were confused as to what play they were going to be running.
Look at that. No corner up on the top side of your screen.
No, you had a solid block out front, but beyond that, he had a lot of open space considering the condensed field that they were running in.
Yeah, it looked like Gabe Gutierrez, the D-back, was not far enough on the outside to keep containment on that sweep.
Decker now about to put the exclamation point on this one. 41-3 now, and now getting back to what we were talking about last time. This should be treated as open scrimmage, right? This is almost tryouts at this point.
Oh, I was about to say the same thing. Your job's not solid after a game like this.
You want to be running back? You want to be a wide receiver? What do you want to do? Get out there, make a couple of plays. You want to be your offensive lineman moving forward? Get out there, make some plays. Get dialed in, make something happen.
I mean, and that's the same thing you can say for those togas. They got dialed in tonight. They came out.
The toga vibes.
They came out. The vibe worked.
Yes.
You liked it. You
That's
said,
right.
you know, it was maybe an Olympic kind of theme going on over there, but
whatever it is,
it worked.
I'm on board.
Yeah.
That gets my thumbs up down there. They're jazzed. They're sticking around. It's cold down there, man. Like his school started. It's chilly in Southeast Michigan right now. So they're sticking with it.
17,
they're happy.
18, you don't
nah,
get
it ain't
cold.
cold to them.
You're not cold.
Exactly right.
Now, insult to injury, the onside kick, right?
Right.
you wouldn't see that because I think Coach Smith would just take his team off the field if that happened.
Like, I mean, and I don't want to keep harping on this, right? But they make that strong push forward and stop themselves. That's just a great way to pull a hamstring.
Something. It's just, I'm just going to say dumb.
Like, if I pulled a hammy or a quad because of that, I'm furious.
It's, look at this. Come on.
There's direction going.
Okay.
What are you talking about? They're not talking about anything. They're talking
ready?
about homework. They're talking about togas.
We're gonna fake them. We're gonna fake them.
He's
fainting like he's boxing.
He gave the head fake, exactly.
Come on, man. This is not real. That was live speed.
Right, that's right. That was not. That was not sped up. That was not Three Stooges sped up. No, that wasn't right.
Come on, get out of here. If that play right there fools me, the helmet is going off, and I'm playing soccer the rest of the year.
Oh yeah,
I'm not playing football the rest of the year.
I don't want you playing.
No, man.
That fools you. Exactly right. Exactly right. Time for something else. Rugby, whatever.
Shin guards, I'm in.
All right, 9:09 to go here in this fourth.
And again,
clock
now
starts moving.
Let's see some different plays. You've seen the running plays that you know you can build off of if you're Skyline. Start off with a different, whole set of offensive plays. Looks like a different QB as well.
You might be right about that. Shotgun back, takes some time, sidearm throw through the middle. Did we get a number on that? Who is that?
I think 3. But yeah, I see 3 down there.
Troy Hawkins, if that's the case. He's listed as a senior quarterback, so hey, could be.
You gotta love the fact that Coach Smith is not stuck with one QB and trying to get film on all of them so he can coach them up for later in the year.
Yeah, multiple options. Hawkins seemed to have that sidearm throw too, not your traditional style of step back, low elbow throw. He's got that sidearm toss. At least on that one, we'll see if that keeps going. Despite the incomplete pass, the clock continues to roll down as this one is 41-3 right now. Hawkins, nice job receiving that one. Bumped before he gets throws, and that one's knocked down, caught by the kicking mules. 43, big block out in front of him. 43 trucks someone before running into a scrum of Eagles and gets brought down.
Yeah, 43 was sniffing the end zone on that return.
Vincent McGranahan.
And Hawkins on that one, it was twofold. One, he threw a bad pass, but watch, somebody gets bumped into him as he's throwing it as a defender. But even worse, if you can see the top of the play, he was sitting on his hind side after he threw an interception. He didn't even get into this play at all.
Didn't get a chance to get up in the scrum.
He was still sitting down. I couldn't believe that. I was looking up there, and I'm looking at the QB that just threw an interception. Wait a minute, they're not covering somebody out there. They don't have enough players out there again.
They might be short. I think you're right. Nonetheless, hands off to number 23. And that's going to be another touchdown. Touchdown Mules, and you're right, they were definitely short one person, maybe two dudes. That right side of the, the left side of the defense for the Eagles was just wide open.
Yeah, this is, it's a shame that the way that things are falling apart right now on the sideline for the Eagles. You know, a lot of players with their helmets off. You got players not with the entire team, and it's tough after you've had a couple losing seasons, and then you start off on such a good high note, and you come home and unfortunately you lay an egg. But that you got a whole season. This is just one game, guys.
Right, and we were talking at halftime, Temperance Bedford, they're not a pushover. They are consistently a solid football program in this area. So losing to them is not the end of the world. It's not something you need to hang your head about, but you do want to be able to say, like, hey, we took some punches and we threw a few back.
Yeah, you saw Skatskin, the QB, the second QB, right, came in, and yeah, again, a lot of the players on the sideline for the Eagles are the body language is not good. A lot of frustration, finger pointing, and you just hope Coach Smith can gather these guys after this game and let them know it's just one game. It's not the season. It's one game.
And that's going to be the trick. See, look at his right foot. He almost went by it too. Like you can't do that. That was nearly offsides. If I'm the official, I'm throwing the flag on that just out of sheer principle.
I think that's what we're going to talk to the official about.
I'd like to do that.
Beginning.
If I know for a fact that the teams that we're covering are doing this silliness, I'm talking to every official in Southeast Michigan. I'm sending out emails tonight.
CTN letterhead. Watch it, folks.
That's right. That's right. Official CTN letterhead. That's right. I got to go find some of that stuff, and then I'm sending mailing letters. But no, you're right. Like the onus really from here on out is definitely on Coach Smith.
Yeah.
He's got to rally his guys. He's got to get them through this, and then Monday morning, it's got to be everything positive. It's positive talk, positive takeaways. What can we get from this? How do we build on this?
Yeah.
And it's about getting these kids in this program to buy in on that and move forward.
And you got a lot of talent out here on this field. You got some big linemen that we hadn't seen, and you've got different quarterbacks that you can pull in. So you got a lot you can use as building blocks for Coach Smith. He's just got the job is ahead of him.
Right, and we've talked about this offensive line. Last year they were really young, but now his second year, everybody together. While they're still not a veteran core, they've been playing together for a year and a half now. There's a lot to build on for these kids, too. And that one put down to the ground, and he comes up with it only to get absolutely smashed by number 6 from the Kicking Mules.
And that looks like Sure back in the game.
It's Mason Moran there.
Here's the starting QB.
And Sure probably wishes he was not back in.
Yeah.
Handing that one off, pulling that one off the dirt, and just a full head of steam player coming in and leveling him, all for good measure.
Now back in at quarterback for your Eagles, number 9.
2nd and 16 now. Not a ton of urgency out there for the Eagles. Players slowly coming into the huddle. They're going to methodically make sure that they know exactly what play they're going to run.
Yeah, it's not about an abundance of plays now. It's about executing the play that's called.
Yeah, and that's how you build on things, and that's how you do get some positives out of this. You're exactly right. There's a solid run to the outside,
wow,
makes some players miss.
Mask.
Sure, got a face mask there too, so that'll be an extra 15 yards on top of it, and maybe something the Eagles can build off of here.
And there was some great blocking on the edge there, and I think that was Stagner. Yeah, Mason Stagner again on the lead of that play. We see a replay of that. Watch these Pink Sox go to work. He's turning his player in. He's sticking to him, and he made that hole. That was a great job, and unfortunately, look at this grab on the head. Wow, I didn't know necks could go like that.
Yeah, that's a solid 90 degrees to his left. It might be 94, 95 degrees. That came around
should
big time.
extra 10 on that penalty.
But getting back to it, you're right. I mean, that's a great job of picking up that offensive line play and pointing out that these are some of the positives.
Wow.
There's a nice solid pass
Look at that.
into Gutierrez there.
Oh, I thought that was Silkworth.
Number 15, Gabe Gutierrez on the catch.
I just like the pass. I like the idea. We were talking about these quick passes, a hitch pass. That's exactly it. If the defenders are going to be off you at 12 yards, 15 yards, you don't need to run to him. Stop. It's hard angle to see from that shot. Maybe we can get it from a different angle and see it. But that's exactly a positive play the Eagles can build off of.
Yeah, and that's the thing that we were talking about a quarter and a half ago. We really wish we would have seen that in the third quarter, and maybe something could have got built off of back then. But this is good for sure, too. Right, getting those reps in. There's a long pass down, looking for Gutierrez again, sails him a bit. But, I mean, that was a nice play there by Scher to get open and throw that one downfield.
Yeah, and look at that play right there. That was the play before, the quick hitch. And you're playing basketball, really. You're boxing out the defender, ball's on the outside.
And he's got to feel pretty good about having that extra time to make those plays. You can see it. That's two in a row you've seen where he's had plenty of time, where he hasn't had these players up in his grill the whole time. Look at, he's got tons of time.
Center. He goes downfield. He's over the 50-yard line when the ball's thrown.
just going for it. Just absolutely going for it. Just going for it, like everybody on the CTN crew, just going for it, just making things happen. Another great broadcast here on a Friday night. So such a pleasure to work with you, Kevin Bryant. I'm Nick Wisniewski. Out there in the chilly Friday night lights, we got Mike Davis, Ken Simpson, and Katsumi Tim Nagai on camera. Mitch Mazer down doing audio replay, and Mad Mike Koski graphics next to the man, Rob Cross, directing down in the truck. Once again, Nick Wisniewski here along with Kevin Bryant. 42 seconds to go here from the Eagles Nest. Curious to see, what, one more?
No, I would. I'd wrap it up. I'd call it. Back in the day when you do the Little League games, line up on the 50 guys. That's all I would say right now. And let's just shake their hand, tell them a good job, and let's forget about this one once we get in the locker room. Because
that quick, short memory.
Yeah, that's it. I don't even have anything to say to you guys. Safe drive home. See you in film class tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that is probably, well, that's not probably, that's definitely what's happening. As this ticks down, 5 seconds to go, that will do it here from the Eagles Nest.
Are we going to give a key away? Are we going to, come on, Nick. I mean, we can't be giving keys away to us.
I saw too many of the fake kicks to go down there and give that to Temperance Bedford this evening. We're going to hold on to this one for somebody a little closer to Washtenaw County. But thank you, everybody, for tuning in to this broadcast of CTN Sports Game of the Week from the Eagles Nest, Skyline High School. It was all Temperance Bedford kicking mules, 48 Skyline Eagles, 3 this evening. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time. CTN Sports Game of the Week.
And once again, take this opportunity to thank all of our wonderful friends from CTN Ann Arbor for broadcasting tonight's game. Thank you for attending tonight.